Hello everyone, Republic Jim here. I know it's been quite a while since I uploaded a video. There's been a variety of reasons that I haven't done that, but now it's a glorious Sunday evening and I finally have time and energy and good weather to get out and walk around the acreage a bit. And you might notice it looks a little bit different now. That's because for most of the month of June, it's been raining practically every day. So things have been growing like crazy. I haven't really felt like getting out and doing too much just with the constant rain. Kind of been annoying. And then anytime it did stop, my yard has turned into a complete jungle, so I'm having a real difficult time trying to keep up on mowing and clearing weeds and such. And everything has just been so wet that with all this stuff that comes up knee-high to waist-high, you get soaked just walking through it, even when it's not raining. So I just really didn't feel like putting on rain gear just to go out and hike around. And neither did I feel like getting totally soaked. But today everything's pretty dry. We've had a few days now of sunny, warm weather, and I'm feeling much more cheerful and motivated now. And as you can see from the video title, I was looking through my content the other day and noticed that I had 99 videos uploaded on YouTube. I have quite a bit less on Rumble and Odyssey, but since I started out just on YouTube, I have 99 of them there. And I know for some YouTubers who are actually doing it to make money and build a following, 100 videos is probably just a couple of months, maybe 3 months or something. But since I just do it for a hobby and for my own amusement, it's been, I think, nearly 3.5 years since I uploaded my first video. But since I finally made it to the 100 video milestone, I figured that I should at least do a video commemorating that. But I also wanted to just talk about a few other topics, nothing in particular. This is just a Sunday evening relaxing one where I have a few random topics on my mind, but just for the purpose of doing the 100th video, figured this was the ideal time to have one that's just not really focused on one particular topic. And also, I apologize, due to all the rain and everything, we have swarms of mosquitoes, so it's liable to be a kind of a nasty summer for mosquitoes, and they are just eating me alive right now. We also have a bumper crop of thistles and nettles and such, and I'll be doing more about the nettles sometime, hopefully later this week. But for this video, aside from mentioning the 100th milestone, I wanted to mention my video entitled "In Pfizer's Own Words." If you haven't watched that, please do. I think that's an important topic that more people need to be aware of, and share that with anybody who might be interested. Heck, share it with them even if they're not interested. If they watch it a little bit, they might learn something. But I'd like to continue to spread the word on that one. So, if you have nothing else better to do, feel free to look that one up. If you've already watched it and you like it, keep sharing it around, and let's get that information out there. That one is not something that YouTube can really censor, because no matter what they like to call misinformation, everything I present is pure fact, and I back it all up with official sources. So anyway, check that one out and spread it around. Then another video that I want to mention is one that I did back in October of 2021. That one was called Inflation and Food Shortages and Energy Crisis. Oh my. And in that one, I talked about a lot of what I saw happening over the coming months, and how I thought the current regime was handling things and causing more trouble. So, you know, if you haven't watched that video, please check it out. Even if you have watched it, feel free to go back and rewatch it and see quite a few months later now exactly how things have played out in comparison to what I said. I think some of my timing was a little off on it, especially when I mentioned rolling blackouts. So far, we've been fortunate enough not to have those in this area, at least, although I know some other areas are starting to experience that. But in general, I believe that is still coming to a town near you anytime soon. So, you know, like I said, compare what I was saying to what has actually transpired since then, and also compare it to what the administration has been telling us about inflation being transitory, and how gas prices would go down, and the economy was going to get better, and so on. And, you know, and their claims about green energy and powering the country with that, and, you know, assorted other topics. And if you check that out, and you know, it gives you any concern about the ability of these agencies and the people that are supposedly in charge, keep that in mind when they're now saying that recession probably won't happen, and they expect that we'll turn the corner. You know, just bear in mind their track record so far, and the fact that, as I said, their policies are directly causing these things. And you know, the fact that people can look at that and predict that those policies will lead to the point we're at now should tell you something about any future policies that they do. And if they say that whatever they're doing is going to solve things and excuse me, and make it better, you can pretty much count on it being the exact opposite of what they're saying. But anyway, check out that video. It's back around mid-October. You know, draw your own conclusions based on what I said and what's happened. So, and then on a completely different topic, one thing that I've been thinking about lately is I've discovered that my conditioning still is not nearly as good as what I would like. You know, I've been gradually increasing my numbers on my maximum lifts, and even, you know, the weight that I'm using for higher reps and that sort of thing. So I feel good about improving on my strength, but I've been kind of letting my conditioning slide just a little bit. I always have the best intentions of doing that, and then it sort of ends up going by the wayside when life gets busy, and those are the workouts that I miss. So, you know, part of it is I just need to get out and do more hiking around with the pack, and I need to do more steady state cardio, running and biking and skating and those sorts of things. And I know I also need to get back to doing more HIIT cardio, and in general just build up my work capacity and overall endurance. So hopefully I'll be doing some more difficult challenges in some of my workouts. Good grief, they're crawling everywhere. So you know, look for some of those coming up in the future. Hopefully I'll do some kind of crazy, fairly intense type stuff, and I'll be able to get some of that on camera. And then one final thing I want to talk about, but I'm gonna have to set the camera up just so I can have my hands free. So I'll do that and get back to you here in a moment. Okay, so I got that situated, and I'm getting absolutely swarmed by mosquitoes. Sounds like I'm being dive bombed by old fighter planes or something. But the last topic that I wanted to address here is I just saw this report recently saying that there was a study done about mortality risk and such, and they said for people over 50 that a good indicator of where you're at mortality wise is whether or not one could stand for 10 seconds on one foot. And you know, I read the thing, and it said basically you know, not just like sticking the foot out anywhere, but they had the people tuck their foot behind the other knee and stand for 10 seconds. And apparently people who are unable to do that, they said there's like a 50% higher chance of mortality within a certain amount of time. And you know, obviously that's not an issue for me, although the ground's a little squishy and uneven here. But you know, I can do this for far longer than 10 seconds, so I figure that's a good sign. I don't know exactly what it is that they're testing, you know, whether it's a combination of strength and balance, or if there's some other factor in play. And I mean, obviously that in itself doesn't make one live longer. It's just a good indicator of overall fitness, I guess. And you know, somebody who's unable to is going to be more shaky and probably frail. So I can see where they could have other health problems. So, you know, just swallowed a mosquito, sorry. So anyway, that's just an indicator. Apparently it has a pretty good correlation on that. But I thought, you know, for anybody that's in pretty decent shape and has worked on strength and agility and such, that's not really any kind of challenge. So I figured, hey, why not ramp it up a bit just to see whether I could manage a little more. So, you know, got my search and rescue pack. It weighs somewhere around 35 to 40 pounds the way it is right now. Not sure exactly, but you know, it's enough to be a decent amount of weight. So I figured if I can do that on the offhand side that I'm balancing on, that takes some good core strength too. And if I can just maintain my balance while holding that up and swatting at skeeters and all that, Oh, and there goes my balance now. But, you know, I figured, what the heck, you know, got to increase the challenge a bit and see what kind of level the fitness is at. So, you know, just in case you're wondering, at least by that standard, my mortality risk isn't too bad. I mean, I know from just experience that I definitely need to work at improving my cardiovascular fitness. So, as I said, I'll be working on that. But all in all, I'm pretty pleased with where I'm at. You know, I'm 55 years old, so well past that point where you know, the starting point for checking that. So, you know, hopefully, if that's any true indication, then I can maintain my other areas of fitness and just work on, you know, improving cardio and work capacity and such, and be doing this sort of thing for a long time. So anyway, that's just kind of collection of random thoughts all thrown together for my 100th video. Not sure how much longer I can take getting chewed on by these guys. They're kind of driving me up the wall right now, but I guess I do need to get used to a little more discomfort from that too. And I'm gonna walk around a little more with the pack and then head down and probably slog through the nettles and thistles a bit just to work on improving my tolerance for that. And you know, I figure tough times are coming, and they'll be even tougher for people that are out of shape and soft and unable to handle discomfort. So I'm gonna do whatever I can to get prepared for that. So that's about it for now. It's been Republic Jim. I'll talk to you later.